Hey, very good morning, guys, and welcome back to another daily market outlook. So yesterday we saw the dollar index push down aggressively with news back down in towards that area of demand over here, which is your sell for that massive buy. So obviously there's a lot of demand inside of this zone. Why? Well, because it broke structure very clearly over here after giving us a sell for a buy. So from this area of demand, we could continue to push up higher. That is what I have my eyes on, just keeping in mind that there is no liquidation in the move up. So we might come back down one more time, kind of liquidate our own low, and then, for example, see the real push. Otherwise, just follow the dollar up higher. Once we kind of reach in towards, obviously, this buy before the sell-off, this is going to be kind of like a slowdown zone, but as soon as we break that, I'm confident we're going to see much more aggressive upward movements. If we fail to break that zone, then obviously we'll just move back down from there to liquidate this low once again. So that's what I'm looking for, for the rest of today. Now moving on in towards EURUSD. EURUSD just missed out on our area of supply. Obviously there's no liquidation happening in that move down, so again we could just move up, liquidate the high, and then, for example, see the real push in towards the downside. Otherwise, as of now, just follow the overall order flow in towards the downside until we kind of reach this sell for the buy. Then from there, maybe take one let's say low risk long back up in towards the highs to liquidate our own high, and then from there you go short once again. That is my 2 cents of advice. Obviously EURUSD is bearish at the moment, so from this high in towards this low, so I would be happy to sell if we liquidate this high once again. Just keeping in mind what the dollar index is doing, that's why I would be happy to take a low risk long back up in towards the highs over there. If we see that there is trend shifting, so kind of like a bullish momentum kicking in, that will push price back up in towards the highs. This could, for example, be in the form of a 50-minute change of character. Now, moving onwards in towards AUD USD, what is happening over there? Well, AUD USD moved up extremely aggressive, still stuck in this overall range. So yeah, as we kind of predicted, we liquidated the low of the overall range over here. From there, boom, we just reversed massively in towards the upside once again. Going towards the 15, you can see that uptrend pretty much played out to perfection. As we can see, we made a pullback in towards this sell before the buy, and then we tapped in towards it at around 9 o'clock yesterday, and from there we've just rallied up higher. Now what has happened, we've pretty much just moved back up in towards, let's say, the area of resistance. So this area of supply which I had drawn in didn't do anything. Why? Well, because there was no liquidation in that move down. So what happens, we liquidate our own high. As of now, still it's just ranging. I guess you can just keep on selling, for example, from this imbalance over here back down in towards this area of demand. As long as you're selling kind of from the 75% mark, you should be fine, because as you can see every single time, again, the 75% mark is your resistance, 25% mark is your support. So yeah, a very rangy pair already for, let's say, what is it today, 13th of June, so about a month now. So nothing really on my radar regarding Aussie dollar for the rest. Also, if you go in towards the daily time frame over here, you can see we're just consolidating. So not doing too much with this pair as of now, despite just range trading from the 75 towards the 25 and 25 towards the 75. Now, pound dollar, go in towards the daily real quick here. This kind of comes back to the fact that there's no real supply over here to push price down lower. So what we really want to see, and what didn't happen yesterday, is that we didn't break the daily fractal low. So you can kind of see that this daily fractal low stays in touch. Obviously, we did kind of like liquidate this daily fractal high over here. So technically, you could kind of say, all right, this is now, let me see. The low that broke that high is the low of this bullish candle, so this supply zone should have pushed price down lower, but again, this is kind of like the more significant low. What has now happened, again, you can liquidate the highs. What I'm now just waiting for is for us to break this low, then I'll be far more convinced that we're able to push down lower. Otherwise it could just move up higher again in towards this kind of like fresh area of supply on the daily. Going towards the 4-hour, this 4-hour isn't really making me any wiser. You can see the corrective ascending nature of price. I mean, yeah, there was also no loss to be taken because, as you can see, this was our supply zone. We come in, there's no bearish reaction at all, so we're not just randomly going to start selling. For now, I'm just going to be waiting until the 4 hour kind of breaks this low, and then we see the momentum shift in towards the downside. That is the only kind of setup that I'm looking for on pound dollar. Go in towards Kiwi dollar, and Kiwi dollar itself has finally liquidated the highs. So now looks much more prime to move back down lower. As we can see over here, this high took out these highs and this high. So now, excuse me, let me just go back. So now I am ready to look for a short on this pair. What I'll be doing is I'll be waiting for this area of demand to go, and then I'll be looking to trade in towards the downside with momentum. Yep, that's the setup that I'm looking for as of now. So keeping an eye on potential shorts. Then last for gold, what is gold doing? Let's see. So gold pushed up higher yesterday, pretty much in line with yeah, what we discussed, obviously. However, it just didn't really come back in the best way, I would say, in towards demand. Obviously, you kind of had like this demand tap to the left, but no real significant reaction, also because of the timing, 9:15 Central Eastern Time. So that's like 8:15 p.m. London session. So obviously London volume has died down and there's only New York session active, but also kind of like moving towards the end. So no volume, hence why there's no reaction to this area of demand. So timing is also extremely important, obviously. For the rest of today, I am pretty much just skipping out on gold for now. What I'll be waiting for is pretty much something like this, where we take the low again and then regain the high and then look for a higher move upwards. That is something that I'm looking for. Otherwise, until now, we could just move down lower with the overall 4 hour order flow. So keep an eye on the 15 for potential further downside is my advice for now. So this is the supply zone that I should keep an eye on. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day and speak soon.